Hello and welcome to another video. In today's video we'll be doing an NBA simulation where we'll take all of our regular teams out and replace them with their all-time teams. So basic concept, same division, same conferences, but it's literally just the all-time teams for everyone. So we're just going to run through them. I'm not going to say everyone's names, but we'll start off with the Sixers. You can see the rosters going through here. Then Bucks, led by Kareem, Oscar Robertson, Giannis. There are some teams with players that are missed out due to contractual things. I think Reggie Miller and Charles Barkley are among them. So they won't feature in this because this is actually the official rosters that 2K put out. There's the Cleveland Cavaliers. Here, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Mark Price. I'm actually going to make Kyrie a shooting guard here so he can play alongside Mark Price. There we go. Yeah. Here's the all-time Celtics team led by Larry Bird, Bill Russell. And you got Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen. Next up, we got the Clippers team, actually led by Kawhi Leonard, Chris Paul. I don't know how Kawhi Leonard made it onto all-time Clippers after one season. Yeah, some of the newer teams have newer players. For example, the Grizzlies, who have only been around for 20 odd years or just over 20 years. You've got Mark Gasol, Pau Gasol, Zach Randolph. Here's the Hawks team. Now we go to Heat. Some players obviously feature more than once. So you've got LeBron James on the Cavs and the Heat. I think he might be on the Lakers, I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll see. Here's the Hornets team. Here's the Jazz led by John Stockton, Karl Malone. Had their heydays in the 90s. There's the rest of the roster. Here's the Kings team. Moving on, we've got the Knicks, led by Walt Frazier, Patrick Ewing, Carmelo Anthony's there. And I think Kristaps Porzingis, yeah. He's at the bottom, filling out the roster. Then we got the Lakers, Magic Johnson, Kobe, Shaq, Jerry West, Kareem, LeBron as a six-man. That's how deep the LA Lakers history is. Orlando led by Penny Hardaway and Tracy McGrady and Dwight Howard. Shaq's there as well. Here's the Dallas team. Dirk leading the way for them. Got Jason Kidd as well. Here's the Brooklyn team, Julius Erving. I think Kyrie's there as well. Brook Lopez is the Nuggets team. Carmelo Anthony's there again. You got Jokic on the bench, Iverson, Dikembe Mutombo, Jamal Murray. Here's the Pacers team C. Paul George there, but no Reggie Miller. You've got Danny Granger, Victor Oladipo, Sabonis. Here's the Pelicans team led by Chris Paul, Anthony Davis. And I think Zion actually made this team as well after one season. So, yeah. Here's the Pistons all-time roster. Then we go to the Raptors, also with Kawhi on there, Vince Carter, Chris Bosh, Kyle Lowry, Jonas Valanciunas, Fred VanVleet. The Rockets, head by Hakeem Olajuwon, Moses Malone, James Harden. I'm going to make Hakeem Olajuwon a power forward so him and Moses Malone can play together. Yeah, you've got Clyde. I'm actually going to make Tracy McGrady a small forward as well so he can run with the team. Cool. Yeah. Just going to sort that out. Yeah, so that's... we're going to go back to the end of the Rockets team. There we go. Next up we have the Spurs, led by Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Kawhi again. He's on already 3 teams. Here's the Phoenix team, Steve Nash, Dennis Johnson, Amari Stoudemire. Devin Booker makes the back of that as well. Here's the Thunder team, obviously going to have players from the Seattle Supersonics as well. Obviously from their time in Seattle before they became the Thunder. Here's the Timberwolves team led by Kevin Garnett, Kevin Love, Karl-Anthony Towns. You've got Christian Laettner, Ricky Rubio. Here's a Trailblazers team led by Clyde Drexler. Got Bill Walton, Damian Lillard, Brandon Roy. You got LaMarcus Aldridge as well, Arvydas Sabonis. Yeah, so a pretty good team there as well. I'm actually going to make Clyde Drexler a small forward as well, so he can run with Brandon Roy as well as Damian Lillard. Here's the Warriors team, led by Wilt Chamberlain, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Rick Barry, Chris Mullin as well. We're going to change Rick Barry's position. Yeah, so he can run with them. Now we've got the Wizards team. We're just going to go see the edge of the Warriors team. Here's the Wizards lineup now. Elvin Hayes, Gilbert Arenas, John Wall, Moses Malone, Earl Monroe. You got Chris Webber at the end of the bench there as well. And that's it. They're the teams. And basically what we'll be doing is just a basic simulation for the first year. Well, we're doing a 1 year simulation just to see what things would be like. We're going to just look at stats, look at who makes the All-Star game, etc., etc. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, we're just going to look at stats, who wins the thing, who's an All-Star, all the awards and all that. Yeah, so basically we're coming up to the All-Star break now. We're only a few days away, so we're going to see who makes the All-Star team and just run through that, basically. So we've just gone past the All-Star game. We've got Team Kevin and Team LeBron. We just have to check who Team Kevin is. It might be Kevin Garnett or Kevin Durant. There's LeBron's team. We had 2 LeBrons in that team. And it probably is Kevin Garnett. He started, but we'll just go through and check afterwards to see which one it is. You got Larry Bird, Tim Duncan, Dirk, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Michael Jordan, Bob Pettit, Magic Johnson. Yeah, we're just going to go through and check. I know that's not where you go. This is where I get confused. Just looking through. Yeah, it's on the left, but when I recorded this, I was like, where is it? Keep going, Alex, keep going. You're nearly there. All-Star participants. It's Team LeBron and Team Kevin Garnett. There we go. So LeBron from the Cavs and Kevin Garnett from the Timberwolves. We're just going to look at player stats now. League leaders, there we go. LeBron from the Cavs is top at the moment. He scored 26 points a game, 10 assists as well, 6.7 rebounds. Then you got Dirk, Tracy McGrady, Karl Malone, Michael Jordan, LeBron from the Heat. You got Clyde Drexler, Julius Erving. Now in the check rebounds, and Moses Malone leading with 11.5. John Stockton top with 12.5 assists. And you can see that 10 players are actually averaging over 10 assists a game. John Stockton leading the league in steals. You got Tim Duncan leading the league in blocks. Bob McAdoo leading the league in field goal percentage. And Kyrie Irving actually shooting over 50% from free for Brooklyn. So that's pretty good. And look at some other sets. Old G League, because remember, some of the younger players, look, Luka Doncic, Trae Young, and Zion are all playing in the G League at the moment. We'll just check, see if anyone else. To be honest, most of the young players that are not picked up should actually be in the G League. So I'm kind of surprised that some of the other younger players in the league, like Ja Morant, etc., players like that, first and second year, third year players aren't in the G League, when surely they ain't on these rosters. They're not even in free agents. Like Taj Gibson's the main guy in free agency. So maybe obviously with the all-time rosters, obviously because they're not on those teams, they're just not in the game. That's probably the reasoning. So end of the season, LeBron wins MVP. Magic Johnson 6th Man of the Year. You've got Bill Russell winning Defensive Player of the Year. And he won Most Improved, which is weird because he didn't play last season. And Rashid Goodrich wins Coach of the Year. 70 wins, 12 losses. So first team, you got Tracy McGrady, Penny Hardaway, LeBron from the Cavs, Kevin Garnett and Bill Walton. Second team, Oscar Robertson, John Stockton, LeBron from the Heat, Karl Malone and Kareem. And the third team, you got Chris Paul, Walt Frazier, Tim Duncan, Bob Pettit and Wilt Chamberlain. Defensive teams, you got Michael Jordan. You've got Dwayne Wade, Scottie Pippen, LeBron and Bill Russell. And on the second team, you've got Jimmy Butler, John Stockton, LeBron, Scottie Pippen and Dikembe Mutombo. Yeah, so I'm just going to look through the stats for the end of the season. No, we're going to look at league standings. So it was the all-time Celtics that won 70 games. They were top of the Eastern Conference. Followed, we're just going to check their defensive stats. They were the best defense in the Eastern Conference. They were also the best offense. They won an average 15.3 points per game. So pretty good. Then the Knicks, then the Magic, then the Bucks, then the Sixers, then the Cavs, then the Bulls, and the Hawks getting the last spot. In the Western Conference, we saw them, the Grizzlies were the worst. The Lakers at top, 60-22. Yeah. So just going to run through there. We'll see the playoffs. So, first round, the Sixers through, shocking the Bucks. Apart from that, in that section, no shocks really. Only the 4 seed beating the 5 seed. But in the Western Conference, the 7 seeded Jazz knocking out the 2 seeded Sacramento Kings. In the second round, it's first and second there, and the 2 lower seeds, the Houston Rockets and the Utah Jazz, are both in the conference finals. Houston the 4 seed, Utah the 7th seed, and it's 1 and 2 in the East between Boston and New York. And the 4 seeded Houston Rockets meet the 1st seed Boston Celtics in the final. Boston 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, and they sweep them. Boston Celtics all-time winning the title in this sim, and Larry Bird is your MVP.